Welcome to Gaming Funk. My name is Rick, and today I want to talk a little bit about The Last Guardian. This will be the first of many reviews to be found here, so please be sure to offer any feedback you may have in the comments below. I have had many experiences with games that kind of lose their momentum at points, giving you the option to force yourself through the filler bullshit or just drop the game completely. The Last Guardian was definitely one of these games. My initial experience with the game was frustrating. At times I felt it was too linear. The gameplay was slow. The companion doesn't listen worth a shit. There's so many shitty camera angles. The controls are shoddy. And there's really no story. However, all of these negative traits added to the overall uniquity of the game. The game pushes you to truly train this mystical beast as if it were a domesticated animal. You will struggle while screaming at Trico, the dog-bird-horse combination, to perform even the simplest tasks. But when you spend enough time with this mechanic, you actually feel a sense of overwhelming pride as Trico completes otherwise mundane tasks such as jumping a gap or simply following you. Another issue I had was breaking away from the open world RPG meta of modern video games. The path is extremely linear, and places you want to explore aren't always readily available, if accessible at all. There is a certain charm to it though. By not opening this 8,000 square mile map up to you, you lose the sandbox feel. By having limited options, the game forces you to stay in the mindset of, I'm trapped, lost, hungry, and I've got to keep moving forward if I want to make it out alive. This plays into the mechanic of training Trico, as he is vital throughout the game at many points. Compared to a game like Skyrim, where supposedly a world-eating evil dragon is trying to take over the world with his buddies, but somehow you still have time to lollygag around and do 800 side quests. The way isn't always clear here, but the game has subtle visual and audio cues that will show you how to progress. The music changes seamlessly sometimes without you going into a new area. Trico will whine when there's something he can't do. The camera will suddenly pan to a general direction if you spend enough time stuck in an area. The Last Guardian is all about the little details. The environment, while mostly closed off, is absolutely gorgeous. Trico is amazingly detailed, down to the very last feather. The game's soundtrack guides you through with deeply relaxing melodies that fit so well with the exploration factor. The narrator somehow manages to come in at the best times without intruding on the overall immersion factor. They push the little details to the extreme, rewarding those with open minds or deeply analytical philosophies. Trico's horns are a testament to this factor. His horns start off barely visible, but throughout the game, as you feed him more of these mysterious glowing barrels, they grow ever so slightly. I personally didn't notice until the point when I stopped seeing him as an obstacle and more as an asset and my only friend. Once the story picks up, you will not be able to put it down. You're continuously engaged in a fight to survive. The ruins are crumbling around you, threatening you with a deathly plunge into an empty abyss. The enemies growing larger in number with each encounter, unraveling the deep story behind Trico and the main character himself. Trico, like other animals, is unable to communicate with you. Until you truly get to know him, you won't be able to progress without struggling. By doing so, you begin to feel a sense of realism and subsequent empathy. You're suddenly worried whenever he's hurt. You keep tabs on how often he eats. You notice his sheer intelligence when you let him take the lead at times. This adds to the overall reward in the end. The ending sequences and cutscenes leave no stone unturned and tie up all loose ends. They are jam-packed with emotion, depth, and an overwhelming sense of accomplishment. Truly one of the rarest endings that gives you a feeling of finality. This brings me to replay value. Unfortunately, unless you're an avid achievement hunter or playing games through twice is your thing, you probably won't make it through another round of The Last Guardian. There is no cliche, New Game Plus, or unlockable difficulty. That being said, I'm sure it would be interesting to run through it again with all of the knowledge, but I think the overall charm would be lost and it'd feel like you're cheating the system. This truly is a once-in-a-lifetime experience that any PS4 owner, not just RPG fans, should spring for. In my eyes, The Last Guardian is everything but a masterpiece. The stunning atmosphere, AI, and gameplay are definitely offset at times by the stale combat scenarios, intermittent glitches, and a sense of hopelessness that just forces you to ask the question, am I close to the end yet? It's a bit drawn out. With those points in mind, I would rate The Last Guardian 8 out of 10. I can't wait to see more from Team Ico and Fumito Ueda, and I plan on exploring their currently released titles as soon as I have a chance. If you like the video and you want to see us play and review more games, please subscribe. We'll see you next time on Gaming Funk.